It's the Hot Rod Podcast with Ron Foreman and Brady Wright. We literally live, eat, and breathe cars. Thanks for joining us on the podcast today. Make sure that you hit the subscribe and the like button, mash the notifications on so that you'll know every time we put a new show together and bring it to you here on YouTube. Time to get going. Let's see what's happening this week.
Hey, it's Brady Wright, host of the Hot Rod Podcast, and founder of the Idaho chapter of the Rat Bastards Car Club, along with Ron Foreman, my co-host, who, of course, is the original Rat Bastard.
No, that's Lee Marvin.
Well, maybe, but Lee's not with us anymore, so you got to take the mantle at this point.
All right.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Lots of things have happened. We're pushing our way through winter, but today we got kind of some fun things. From the wilds of Post Falls, Idaho, I have scrounged up a guest. He was actually homeless on the street corner, but we brought him in. This is my neighbor, James Roberge. James is the progenitor of the Townhall Kustoms and Townhall Plasma Cutting. He's got his own shop. It's just literally half a mile from my house. But he's also one of the North Idaho Rats and Customs members, and he's doing a lot of stuff with metal fabrication and water jet cutting, and he just got a 3D printer, did you?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk with him and see how his new business is going. He's only been in business for himself for just a couple of months, so
about a year now.
But I mean, you made business cards only like a month ago. I'll put the card up there on the screen so you can see. So he's
Don't beat up the guest,
he's
Brady.
moving now. No, I got to be nice to him because he's going to help me wire the truck.
See?
Yeah. So, I gave kind of a thumbnail, but let's talk a little bit about Townhall Customs. So, literally, what is it that you specialize in?
Cars.
Building one-off parts. I found when I was building a few hot rods back, I couldn't find the parts. I'd order the parts. They'd come in. I'd modify them. I'd spend hours. I'd spend days. You'd build something out of cardboard. It'd look amazing. You'd spend 3 days cutting it. Time-wise, it was killing me. Finally, just said enough's enough. Went out, bought some of the best equipment I could possibly find, and started cutting and making my own parts.
Now, I remember going up to James's place a few months ago when you just got the water jet table, and getting that thing set up initially was kind of a headache because it was sort of incomplete. The programming didn't work, but you got it dialed in now pretty good, right?
Yeah, 99% there.
Nice. So all of the things, Ron, that you see, like the logos on the back of somebody's car, the club plates, that kind of thing, James can cut those things all out of steel or tin or aluminum or whatever you want to do. He also does fab work. And as we're going through here, we're going to take a momentary pause in a little bit. I'm going to put some stills up of some of the work that he's done. Everything from keychains to, he has a significant and varied line of F-bombs. We just say, we'll be showing those later on. but as a guy who's done a lot of fab work in the past, I'm sure you got some questions for James, because I've seen your fab work, and there's some of it, in fact, on my truck that I'm building. But yeah, it takes a while to get it just right.
So is it CNC programmable?
Yes.
And do you touch the piece that you have and then it copies it, or
no?
How does that?
I pretty much will take a picture of it, trace it out, make sure the measurements are exactly where we want it. I'm old school. I'm hands-on.
Cool.
Some of this technology stuff, that's been my downfall, is trying to learn it. So I can take the old school stuff and I keep it with a bit of modern.
Right on.
I could sit there and say, yep, let's trace it, but we all know it's not going to be what we want at the end of the day. So, and it's not one off.
When we have our car shows, I have a friend of mine who has a plasma cutter, and he's made a puzzle piece for our autism show, and then I have a few. I think there's 25 club members that were at the time, and I had 25 of them made, plus they're plus or minus a few more. And I give those to the members, and then they get creative with the puzzle piece, and they make their own trophy out of what I give them. And did another one with a flame with the music note cut in the middle of it, and so I'm familiar with some of the plasma cutting tools that's available, and it's really cool that you're able to step up and help yourself build your cars, and probably help other people build their cars with your talent and your machine.
Well, he does. I mean, he does. In addition to just building his cars, of course, other people some parts. He does stuff from scratch too. I most of you know. I mean, at this point, I worked for the local hospital, and one of the transport buses there had a mirror, an inside mirror that was held on by a really cheap, cruddy-looking sort of bracket, and it broke. And I took it to James, and I said, "Can you make this out of metal, and can you make it a little stronger?" And he, we templated one and went back and tried it, and then he did, two of them for both of the buses that had that kind of thing. And so now he's official vendor for the hospital.
All right.
And I mean, there's really no limit to it.
No, there's not.
If you can draw the picture, or if you can render it on a computer, you can pretty much translate it to that water jet table.
Cool.
Or now you're getting a 3D printer, right? So you should be able to do all of that stuff flat, plus now 3D if you want.
Yeah, we're getting a bit closer.
Yeah.
So is it like a stationary, or is it handheld like gun? You can pick move it around, what you're going to make a copy of with the printer. With the 3D printer.
it
Yeah.
showed last night, and I haven't even had a chance to unpack it. My weekends and weekdays are just unpacked.
Gonna be fun. New toy.
And exactly. And then it's the 9-year-old's toy. He's the techie. But the biggest purpose for me was I couldn't get the parts. When you build a rat rod, it's
everything.
Well, I live in Gold Bar, and we come to a point where we were building my hot rod. We'd have to manufacture our own parts, because I got tired of driving another 40 miles back and forth to Monroe or to Everett to get what we needed. We just fabricated what we needed right here in Gold Bar at my shop.
Well,
sometimes it took some time, like I said, like you were saying, it takes a lot of time and cutting and grinding and cutting and grinding. But if you have a plasma cutter, it's like you can get it done right now.
Yeah,
it's done, and it's you're not you're enjoying life a little bit more. It opens up the possibilities.
Gives you more time to enjoy life. Yes.
Yeah.
It opens up the possibilities when you're building the rat rod.
Or custom, or
or customs, or one-offs, and
But the nice thing about it is, like we say, you literally, if you can draw the picture, or if you can find a picture of what it is you want, it's, I don't want to say child's play, but it's pretty straightforward to program that thing, or input it in the machine. It's all digital, and the table will cut it. I say that, I mean, you do kind of run the table, right? But it really does it. Once you've got it in there, you just turn it on and it goes.
Turn it on.
Yeah. Go have a beer and come back and it's done.
But like you said, I mean, you're 40 miles away from nearest, speed shop or whatever. If we need gussets, you're spending a day building gussets. If you need a tab, you're making your own tabs. You're going to drill bits. You're running here, you're running there. I probably have 1,000 tabs and gussets sitting in my shop right now that I've just cut out.
Right on.
I have friends that come over and say, I need gussets. How much are they? Yeah, a couple of bucks, or, they'll bring beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. I was up at his place a few days ago, and he's building a shaker table, for all kinds of things that need vibration to get mixed or stuff like that, right?
Didion.
Yeah. So he's got the springs and everything, but the frame down on the bottom has some gussets on it to hold it steady. They're all spider webs.
They're all what?
All the gussets are spider webs.
Oh.
Because he can,
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's kind of nice, just little stuff. But I'm sure, the nice thing about it is there's not really anybody else here Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene is a relatively small area. You could supposedly call it a suburb of Spokane, but it's really kind of its own thing. Plus, it's in another state. But, if you want to do that kind of work, you really have to go to Spokane. Now we're back to the 30-mile drive.
Right.
And it's nice to have somebody in town who's going to be able to do that thing. And James is now we're starting to get on the PR end of the deal, so people know he's out there. So
I was going to say, the more people know he's doing it, the more profitable he's going to be.
Yeah.
And,
and I'm 24 to 72 hour max turnaround.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's good.
Not at all.
So
yeah,
that's cool.
Townhall Customs, Townhall Plasma, and in fact, let's see. I have the card here. It is Townhall Plasma, all one word. Townhall Plasma at yahoo.com. That's the email. We're going to put all the information up on the screen right after the break, and people will be able to see that along with some of the stills of some of his work. And we should be good to go, I think. Anything else you want to ask?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the club? This is your club name as well?
Our club is North Idaho Rat Rods and Customs, and we've been formally a club, I think, going on close to 2 years now. So I'm one of the members.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
How large is your base?
We probably have about 25 active members.
Awesome.
That we have, I don't know, on our website or whatever, our Facebook, we have quite a few.
Cool.
Literally all over the place, but actively there's 25 of us.
We're pretty spread out. I guess as far away as I don't know if you were familiar with Cedro Woolley, and as far south as like South Prairie, Buckley, Puyallup, and as far east as Post Falls, Idaho.
Yeah. Wait.
I want to say most of our members are within 35 miles of each other.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the furthest one is up in St. Mary's. So what?
Yeah. Well, so that's
50 miles.
Yeah, 50, 55 miles. Yeah, not too far.
We do have a chapter in Appleton, Wisconsin.
That's right.
Rat Bastards arm out there, and we're soon to have one, or we do have one in Post Falls, Idaho.
Yeah, we're getting there. The Wisconsin chapter, that'd be the Rat Bastards Cheeseheads.
I didn't say that.
They got cheesehead hats out there.
Sure, for for their football team out there.
Yep. Yeah. Well, listen, I want to thank James. Literally rolled by the house and said, "Oh, we're going to do this." So
nice to meet you, James. It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's
Good
nice
stuff.
Formally,
the next time
I have a Christmas list for you. I'll have some stuff for you to make for us.
All right.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
Yeah.
So like I say, Townhall Customs, Townhall Plasma. We're going to put the information up on the screen, and we're going to take a break right here, and then we're going to come back and we'll show some stills of James's work and play some really funky music behind it. And I want to make sure that I mention that the Hot Rod Podcast is always sponsored by the Rat Bastards Car Club and by the Idaho State Hot Rod Hall of Fame, both of whom have messages on either side of the show. So, Ron, good to talk to you again. James, thanks for stopping by.
Happy New Year.
You're into cars, you love a good time, and you'd rather build it than buy it. You just might love the Rat Bastards. We're a family-oriented nonprofit organization. We believe in 1969 and older, in the rough is enough, real steel and iron, old school, traditional hot rods and rat rods. We get together, have fun, help each other build, and cruise like crazy, because that's the way car clubs are supposed to be. The Rat Bastards are a new class of old school, and our signature event is the Infestation every July. We're charter sponsors of the Idaho Hot Rod Hall of Fame. Join us at cruise-ins all over Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and the Inland Empire, or at our club in Seattle. We're on the Rat Bastards Car Club page on Facebook. Join us. The Hot Rod Podcast is sponsored by the Idaho Hot Rod Hall of Fame, a nonprofit organization that recognizes and rewards men and women who actively promote the hot rod community, clubs, and builders all over the state of Idaho. Every year we award a Hot Rodder of the Year, a Club of the Year, and a Young Rodder of the Year, as well as giving out scholarship money to students in the auto trades programs at local colleges. If you want to know more, or if you want to nominate an honoree, go to idahof.org or email us at idahof@gmail.com. That's idahof, IDAHHOF.org, or again, idahof@gmail.com. As mentioned before, here's some samples of James Roberge's work. Townhall Kustoms is in Post Falls, Idaho. And if you like what you see here, or you have a custom project that you might like him to take on, you can give him a call at the number coming up here on the screen, or you can send him an email. It's Townhall Kustoms in Post Falls. Check it out. Well, that information is coming up on the screen as well known. You can either pause it and check the number, or you can just replay the show as many times as you like. Thanks for listening to the Hot Rod Podcast. I'm Brady Wright. Here's our out cue. That's it for this episode of the Hot Rod Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to our show, and we appreciate it if you smash those notification buttons too, so you'll know when a new one drops. For Ron Foreman, I'm Brady Wright. This has been the Hot Rod Podcast. We'll see you on the next one.